Hi everyone, my name is Jake, and today I'm going to be doing episode 3 of my ongoing series of analyzing PSA 10 completed sales on eBay. So what you're looking at is a Power BI visualization of data that was grabbed from a Python script that scrapes eBay's completed listings. And the filters on this, there are no Beckett cards. It's all PSA 10. Everything has to have been graded. There are no lots either. Um, and the one stipulation is that the best offer accepted shows up as what the original buy it now was. So if I put a listing for $1,000 and I say best offer accepted and somebody offers me 900, my scraper is going to see that as $1,000 sale, not the 900. Currently, the service that I use called flippertools.com is out of service because bots were using it too much. So when that comes back, then I'll be able to cross-reference all of these with that website. But for now, let's take a look. You could see this red line over here. This represents the July 6th announcement that the tins for Hidden Fates were going to be reprinted. And you can see that essentially it's plateaued. This right here, this main chart, is Charizard GX. He's just that much more expensive than any of the other cards from this set. And even he's had a significant plateau. So let's start off with him. Yep, so you can see there were a couple sales that were ridiculously high, which I think this is an outlier. You see every so often these very high spikes. I don't know why somebody would sell for that much if it's not a best offer accepted, but I believe this is actually a best offer accepted. Let's see. There's somewhere over here it says it tells you, but let's see if Flipper Tools is working. I'm pretty sure it's still not up. We're going to copy the eBay item number. We're going to go over to flippertools.com and scroll down. It's right here, best offer actual selling price. Paste, service down to abuse. So yep, still not up. But this is what you're about to see is the method that I see what actually sold. So I've searched this plenty of times, so it's right there in my search history. Then I scroll down to sold items. And then this was 8/12, so let's see, August 12th, best offer accepted. Can't talk this morning. But yeah, so this wasn't sold for $2,000. This is probably something closer to like the $1,500, $1,400 mark, something more in line with these sales. But yeah, that's Charizard, and you can see that because of the announcement of the reprints, the sales have tapered off. They were on a very steady incline before. This was like up, plateau. And it even looks like somewhat to be decreasing. These two right here, the 1300 average and the 1154 average, those were auctions, if I'm not mistaken. So auctions usually are going to go less than what the buy it nows are, but still, this is pretty telling that people are a little bit nervous about the fate of Hidden Fates regarding reprints. So let's select everything else. Next up, we're going to choose the Taboos. Alright, so you can see Tapu Bulu shot up and then tapered back down to where, like, the angle it was going before. Like over here, it was 175. Then now it's at 183. So this just seems to be a couple of outlier sales, and then it's still on a steady increase. I've said this in previous videos that I fully believe that the cards that have the highest population are going to have the closest relationship with the hype of the set itself. So if Hidden Fates, it's announced that there will never be another reprint ever again, then the price of the shiny Charizard GX card, the Cynthia card, Mewtwo GX, I want to say Darkrai GX as well. Those high population shiny vault cards. The higher the population, the more that the price is going to fluctuate with the hype, in my opinion. It would be very interesting to see if that plays out. We're going to pretty much get that data around September, October when the pre-ordered tins are coming back in stock. And we're going to see what the effects of that entire pre-order was. So this is 7.6. I need to find out how to make this line stay with the chart based on the date. But that's July 6th. Okay, so that's the Taboos. Everybody is pretty much on a steady increase regardless of this July 6th announcement. Next up, let's go over to the Eeveelutions. And the Eeveelutions have had definitely a taper off in their sales. Let's see, this is here. So yeah, everybody's been pretty much plateauing. Who is this? That is Leafeon GX, just went for a wild roller coaster ride. But yeah, you can see the values right over here based on the color. So I'm just going to go one at a time so that way if somebody is interested in these, then they can see the activity. Just click pause and you can see it. That was the Espeon, this is Glaceon, Leafeon, Sylveon, and then Umbreon. Which Umbreon Umbreon is also one of those super popular cards in this set, so it's not surprising to me that the sales have plateaued as people are still trying to wait and see what's going on with Hidden Fates. Okay, so next up, let's do Legendaries. Mewtwo GX is going to be the top line up here. Yep, always is. So I'm going to go the same thing one at a time, and then you can click pause if you want to see what's going on with each one. So that's Articuno GX. Should probably be a brighter color. It gets randomized every time I refresh this, so I don't have control over the colors. Darkrai GX. That's on a pretty good slope up. Ho-Oh GX completely is flatlined. Mewtwo GX bouncing up and down. You're going to see when we go to trainers, Cynthia is doing the exact same thing where it goes up and then down, up to 300, down to 250. For this one, Cynthia, I think it was like 180 to 200 to 180 to 200, that range. But we'll see when we get there. So that's Mewtwo GX, one of the highest population cards in this set for PSA 10. So not surprising that it's bouncing up and down, and it hasn't really raised since this time. Pretty much just look over here, July. This first period of July is when the reprint was announced. Then Reshiram GX, same thing, just a little bump. See, if you block off right here, you would think all of these guys are on the up and up. So it's interesting to see really how big of an impact that reprint announcement had. Okay, so those are the legendaries. Trainers. Yeah, this is a mess, so let's go one at a time with this. Aether Foundation. It's down here. That's the employee. This is $65 at the last sold. So this is one of the few cards I'd say that you probably could get this as a PSA 10 for cheaper now than any other time. This data goes back to May, or at least for this Aether Foundation employee card, the data I have goes back to May 7th. And I believe this is the cheapest you can get it right now, back to that point, which is really, I'd say any card that's like that right now, it's your best time to buy. Cards that are on the up and up, you might want to wait until like the first week of September, second week of September, right when people are about to get the tins back. But yeah, any card right now that's cheaper than it was before the pre-release is worth getting now. Or not the pre-release, but the reprint. Sorry about that. Let's see, Aether Foundation Paradise Conservation Area. That's on the up. Went from 113 to 152. That's pretty impressive. That was just within a few days. Brooklet Hill is my favorite personally out of all these trainer cards. I think it's a gorgeous card. It also has one of the lowest populations of any of the trainer cards and of the set as a whole. I do believe this card is going to be very expensive in the future. That's my personal opinion. Let's see, Brooklet Hill 161, Brooklet Hill over here 190, sold for on August 11th, which was a week ago. Yeah, that's impressive. Cynthia is doing the exact same thing what I said U2GX was doing, just like bouncing up and down. There's just such a high population of this card that they're always on sale. They're always like taking a look. They're always what's the term? For sale. They're always being listed. They're always there's always an option for you to buy it. If you don't want to buy it now, there's almost always auction going on. It's just such a popular card, and it's just such a heavily graded card. Like, so many people send that card in to get graded. Because, I mean, Cynthia is a fan favorite, but yeah, you can just see, like, it's really not going to... I don't believe this is going to really increase until minimum October. Okay, next up is Fisherman, which, I mean, it's the highest it's been, but really, what is that saying when it's only a $10 increase from last? $70 is now the high. The highest it's been before was, what, 60? 68. And then before that, back in May 17th, it sold for 60. So yeah, any of these cards that you can get for below 100, I think would be a steal, considering in like 5 years when people are trying to complete master sets of this set, when it's just that much harder for you to get these shiny vault cards again. If you want to buy these cards as an investment, 5 years from now, these cards, I believe, are going to be much, much, much more than $65. Not investment advice, but just my 2 cents. What I'm personally doing. I'm trying to collect every single... The reason why I have all this data, and I made this, is because I actually am trying to collect every single shiny vault card in PSA 10. I'm going to be submitting to PSA, I want to say 60 or 70 shiny vault cards that are raw, that haven't been graded yet, that I either traded for or I bought through the tcgplayer.com. That's Guzma, then up Hiker. But yeah, as soon as I'm about to submit it, I'll make a video of what I'm submitting, and then I'll make a follow-up video of what the grades came back as. And then I'll make an addition to this chart of what personally I've collected, so that way I can monitor what it's worth and like the value as it's rising and falling as the dates go by. Lady. So yeah, you can see a lot of these trainers have plateaued, flattened out. Mount Cornet, the highest it ever sold was 250. The lowest it sold was well, now it is even lower, 108. Yeah, definitely a good time to buy a Mount Cornet. Shrine of Punishment, I would say the exact same thing. It was on an increase until the reprint, which is right here. And then it's one more sold here, and then it just... Woo. Okay, so those are the trainers. And then finally, let's do Ultra Beasts. I don't normally do the baby shinies because there's just so many of them. If anybody is watching this video and wants me to go in depth into any of the baby shiny cards, let me know. I'm more than happy to spit out another video, just looking at the specific cards. If you want me to look deeper into one specific Tapu or one specific Legendary, one specific Ultra Beast, any of these, like, just leave a comment and I'm more than happy to look it up for you. Plus, if it's only a few Pokemon being looked up, I won't be spending nearly 20 minutes on each of these videos. Let's see. Alright, one at a time. Buzzwole. So even now after this, like, a lot of these cards have had a high peak and then stiff drop right afterwards as of recently. Even with that, it's still the highest it's been at 46, which $46 for a PSA 10 Hidden Fates card is ridiculously cheap. If I didn't have one myself that I'm submitting for grading, I would totally be buying that. $62 for the Guzzlord. Kartana GX, 35. That's very cheap. Let's take a look at this. I have a weird feeling about this one. No, PSA 10. Damn, it was an auction. Wow, somebody got this for 30. Was it an auction? 3 sold, so I guess not. Well, I'll be saving this seller and seeing what they're going to be selling later on, because that's a fantastic deal. Whoever got one of these guys for 30 bucks, that's wow, that's really cool. Okay, so Naganero, Nihiligo. Nihiligo hasn't really slowed down the growth. Staka taka 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 taka. And Circuitry GX. 169.99. Oh, that was the Guzzlord. That's right. This Circuitry is over here. But yeah, so that's the Ultra Beasts, and I think last we're gonna do the starters. And that's only these 3 guys. So yeah, Charizard GX we already talked about. We already saw the spikes and the drops, the drips. Decidueye really hasn't done much. Greninja though, however has been on a steady up and up. 197 right now, 200, that range, and start off at 75. Crazy. Alright, well, that is this week's video. I do plan to be releasing these videos once a week. I did record yesterday. This is the same. This data is from Sunday, and the video that I initially recorded and uploaded to YouTube actually was silent. The microphone wasn't on. So this is me recording Sunday's video, but releasing it on Tuesday. So the next video is going to be released on Sunday as well. My goal is to do it every Sunday towards the afternoon, if not Monday, because I'd like to capture the weekend sales. But yeah, I really do appreciate your guys' time. Anybody who's watched this video so far with me, I very much appreciate it. I do plan to start giving away those like Pokemon codes for from the booster packs and the sets and stuff. So starting next video, if you watch, I'm going to drop 1 or 2 of those free codes for you to open up a booster pack in the online game. But thank you. My name is Jake. I love you all. If you guys enjoy these videos, like the sign says up here, please, please, please like and subscribe. I'm in the single digits right now for subscribers, so seeing that more than just my friends are interested in this video, it would be very motivational for me to continue making these guys and releasing them on a weekly schedule for everybody that's interested. But yeah, thank you. Have a great day.